In this video, we will be going over an 11 plus question, where we will look at the different areas of a flag. Now let's read our question. The flag measures 70 centimeters by 40 centimeters. The width of the red border around the perimeter of the flag is 5 centimeters, and the width of the blue cross is 10 centimeters. Now let's look at the first part of our question. So, first thing is, what is the area of the red border of the flag in centimeters squared? So we could separate each of the different sections of the border into 4 distinct sections, but the way that we're going to approach it is by taking the area of 2 rectangles. We're going to subtract the area of the smaller one from the bigger one. So we have the outer border of the flag, the outer lengths. So the total area of the flag we have will be 70 times 40. This will be a centimeter squared. So for the total area of the flag, we'll have 70 times 40. And so if we multiply these two together, we have 0 times 0, which is 0. 0 times 7, which is also 0. Then, because we start off within the tens column, we add a 0. And now 4 times 0 is 0. And 4 times 7 is 28. When we add our values together, we get 2,800 centimeters squared as the area of the flag as a whole. Now, we're going to find the area of the flag that is not the red border. So we're told that the red border has a width of 5 centimeters. So from each of the lengths that we're given, we can subtract 10 centimeters, as this is 5 centimeters from both ends. So 70 minus 5 is equal to 60. So this is just 70 minus 10, and we can do the same with 40 as well. So 40 minus 10 is equal to 30 centimeters, and this is our width. Now we're going to multiply these two lengths together to find the area of the rectangle inside the flag. So the area is equal to 60 times 30, and we're going to multiply them together. So we're going to start off with doing 0 times 0, which is 0. 0 times 6, which is also 0. Then we do, because we're now going into the tens column, we have to add a 0. We do 3 times 0, which is 0. We do 3 times 6, which is 18. Add these two together, and we get 1,800. Now we're going to subtract the area of our smaller rectangle from the area of our larger rectangle. So this is 2,800. So for the area of the red border, it will be 2,800 minus 1,800. And this gives us a nice round value of 1,000 centimeters squared. This is the answer to the first part of our question. Now let's approach the second part of our question. What is the area of the blue cross in centimeters squared? So we're told that the width of the blue cross is 10 centimeters. But we also have to take into account how the red border affects the length of the cross as well. So let's split our cross into 3 sections by extending the horizontal lines. So if we just extend the lines here and here, we get 3 sections. So let's find the area of the section in the middle. So that middle bar of the cross. So we have our width here as 10 centimeters, but we also have to find the length of this bar. And to do that, we do 70 minus 5 minus 5, because the red border takes up part of that 70 centimeters. And this gives us a length of 60 centimeters. Now, the area of that bar, we can now do 60 centimeters times 10 centimeters. And there's a nice simple multiplication that gives us 600 centimeters squared. So that's the section in the middle. Now we have 2 remaining sections. So what we know is we can join these 2 sections together. So we know that the width of both of those sections is 10 centimeters, as given on top. Then we have the 5 centimeters on both ends that have been subtracted from the 40 centimeter width of the flag. So we do 40 minus 5 minus 5, and that gives us 30 centimeters, but that also includes the width that is taken up by the bar that goes through the middle. So we have to subtract a further 10 centimeters from 30, so we get 30 minus 10, which is equal to 20. And now 20 is the length of both area 1 and area 2 combined. So what we can now do is we can multiply our width by our length, which is 20 multiplied by 10. And this gives us 200 centimeters squared. And now we can add our 2 values together. This is 600 plus 200. And this gives us an area of 800 centimeters squared. Now let's approach the third part of our question. So it asks us the area of one of the green sections centimeters squared. So what we can see clearly from this diagram is that the total area of the green sections is the area that is left behind when we subtract the area of the red border and subtract the area of the blue cross from the total area of the flag. So let's find the total area of our flag. We calculated this in our first question, and we calculated this as you can see here, 2,800 centimeters squared. Now we find the area of our red border from our previous questions. And if we look back, we can see that the area of our red border is 1000 centimeters squared. And the final thing that we have to find now is the area of our blue cross. And if we look back at our previous question once more, we can see that the area is 800 centimeters squared. Now we're going to add together the area of our red border and blue cross. So this is nice simple addition. So 1000 plus 800. If we do our column addition, we get 1800 as our area of the red border and the blue cross. Now we subtract 1800 from the total area of the flag. So we have 2800 minus 1800, and this is to find the area of the total area of the green sections. So this is 2800 minus 1800, and if we subtract, we get 1000 as our value. But we can't stop here, because it asks for the one of the green sections, and we've taken the area of 4 green sections. So what we're going to do is we're going to divide 1000 by 4. And so we're going to set this up like we set up our division. So 1000 divided by 4. So 4 times 2 is 8. This gives a remainder of 2. When we subtract that from 10, we bring down one of our zeros. 4 times 5 is 20. We have a remainder of 0. So our 0 in our divisor goes up into our quotient. And we get 1000 divided by 4 is equal to 250. And 250 centimeters squared is the area of one of the green sections. Now we move on to the fourth part. What is the area of the entire flag in meters squared? So what we're going to do is we're going to take our values that we were given and we're going to convert them to meters now. So the 70 centimeters that we have as our length, if we convert it to meters, we do 70 divided by 100. Nice simple division, and we get 0.7 meters. Now we have our width as 40 centimeters, and if we do 40 divided by 100, we get 0.4 meters. Now we have to multiply these two lengths together to get us the area of our entire flag in meters squared. So we have 0.7 times 0.4, and we're going to do 4 times 7, which is 28. Now we can do 4 times 0 and then 0 and 0, but that doesn't really help us beyond this point. So we count the number of digits that are on the right of the decimal points. So in our two values, we have in 0.7, there's only one digit on the right of our decimal point. And on 0.4, there's only one digit on the right of our decimal point. So this gives a total of 2 digits that's on the right of the decimal point. So we move our decimal point 2 places to the left. And we put our decimal point before our 2. So the area in meters squared is equal to 0.28 meters squared. Now, moving on to the fifth and final part of our question. How many flags can be made from 4 meters squared of fabric? So we've ascertained from our previous question that the area of one flag is 0.28 meters squared. Now, to find how many flags we can fit, we have to do 4 divided by 0.28. Now, a nice easy way we can do this is we can set it up as a fraction. So we have 4 over 0.28. Now what we can do is we can multiply our numerator and our denominator by 100. This gives us 400 over 28. Now we can divide our numerator and our denominator by 4, simplifying it. So 400 divided by 4 gives us 100. And 28 divided by 4 gives us 7. We're now left with the fraction 100 over 7, and we can convert this into a form where we can easily divide now. So, we'll set up our division. So we have 100 divided by 7. 7 times 1 is 7, and 10 minus 7 gives us a remainder of 3. We bring down our 0. We get left with 30, and 7 times 4 is 28. This gives us a remainder of 2. Now, we can stop here, because if we keep going in division, we'll get into decimal values, and we don't want decimal values, because we can't get 0.3 of a flag, or 0.6 of a flag. So, the whole number value that we get is 14. So, 14 flags can be made from 4 meters squared of fabric.
As always, thank you for watching, and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any new content.